Chapter 14 The Growing Wig Firm. Mom was graciously allowed in my aunt's house for the night, where she sleeplessly spent the entire night in contemplation. Mom tried to imagine what the house she was going to live in would look like. She imagined that there would be a romantic ambience and that all the women would wear long, sexy stockings, while drunken men would have ambled around and held bottles. The next day, the two drove up there as was agreed, and the house looked sufficiently normal. Mom entered into a spacious hall, at which point Mom got scared of the reality that awaited her. To her comfort, however, everyone was dressed up normally without any flashing makeup. They met up with a plump woman in her 30s who showed them Mom's room. Mom found that it was a double room because there were two beds, one in each corner. In one of them sat another woman modestly dressed, and her face was modestly made up with cosmetics. All in all, she was beautiful. She was in her 50s. Mom put down her stuff as my aunt paid the rent. My aunt said that for the most of Mom's weekdays, she could stay at her house, only she had to leave before Moisha came from work. During the weekends, Mom had to stay at the Russian house. Mostly speaking, Mom would just use the space to sleep overnight. After informing Mom of those conditions, my aunt left Mom during the evening. Mom sat on her bed and leaned her back to the wall. Mom started being afraid that some alcoholic or prostitute would barge into their room. The lady she was sharing a room with was smiling at her in a greeting way. Mom started a conversation with her in Russian. Her name, she found out to be, was Nadia. Mom later found out that she lived in the suburb of Kiev while Mom was living in Kiev, and Nadia was just a cleaning lady. Mom started slowly getting adjusted to the place and calming down. Suddenly, into the room flew a young lady in a jeans outfit. She asked Mom in Russian in a friendly way, "Do you speak English?" "No," Mom responded startlingly. "So do you speak in Jewish or something?" insisted the lady. The lady didn't know the word Hebrew that is mostly spoken amongst the Jewish people. Mom said that she did. The lady explained that there was a man who wanted something and she couldn't understand him, asking Mom to translate. In much curiosity, Mom went to the corridor and saw a Hasidic man. Mom thought that he came to order himself a woman. Mom asked him in Hebrew, "אתה מדבר עברית?" "Do you speak Hebrew?" The man astonishingly answered, "Ken?" Yes, to the point that it seemed to Mom that his hair stood up and his hat would fall down. Mom explained to him in Hebrew that the young girl didn't understand him and that he should tell Mom what he wanted so Mom could translate. The Hasidic man explained that he needed 3 girls for cleaning, nikayon, duties. Mom couldn't believe what he had said, so she repeated after him, "Nikayon?" "Ken," assuredly answered the man. Mom translated, and the young lady said that she had some people and what time and address they were to come in. So after they arranged their business, the man asked in Hebrew, "ילדה יהודייה, מה את עושה פה בין כל הגויים?" Jewish girl, "What are you doing here amidst all the Gentiles?" Sounding as if it were very uncommon and unbelievable. He continued, "Do you need help? Did someone hurt you? Do you need a job?" If it had been any other time, Mom would have humbled herself and would have said that she did need a job, but because she was set so against the Hasidic people, she shook her head to a no and said that she didn't need anything. Shortly after, Mom turned out to be everybody's favorite. Mom helped the girls with translation and found them jobs because Passover was approaching at which point there were many clients. During the Passover, the religious folks had to make a deep cleaning of their house and sell food that is chametz, leavened food, because Passover is the commemoration of the time that the Israelites were freed from slavery and had in their discretion only unleavened food due to the hurry of them leaving Egypt before Pharaoh changed his mind. Therefore, many religious Jews needed help in cleaning. However, only the super religious folks don't eat chametz, leavened food, during Passover. Regular Jews don't maintain that law, which was us, Mom and me. Those rules about food in the Bible no longer apply as usual because Jesus had done it all to be reminded. Besides, the house wasn't literally the house of prostitutes and alcoholics. That was just how it had been defamed by the religious Jews. It was simply a Russian-speaking house. While Mom was there, she greeted the men of the house and led soulful conversations with them. Mom understood that all these people had their own destinies and their own dismal stories, which filled her with a sense of compassion towards them. The women were not settled financially nor emotionally, and their kids, Mom often heard, cried from the telephone receiver, "Mom, come back! It's boring without you." There were husbands who left their wives in hopes of a larger wage in the United States. Everyone, Mom understood, had passed the hard path of life, and complicated destinies had united the house. Mom did not treat them condescendingly the way the Jewish religious folks did. She didn't see their faults for being Gentiles. She treated them with utmost respect, as she understood that they were all fighting with their own hardships. At the same time, Mom often talked and reminisced about how her daughter, me, lived with her grandma. Mom wanted to start a firm with my aunt and take me with her. Mom began her profession in making wigs with my aunt, and eventually clients appeared to the point that they needed more workers. Mom asked the girls if they would like to learn how to weave wigs. Even though their personal lives didn't work out and they were illegally in the country, they wanted to live and work. Mom taught the girls how to weave those wigs, and this way they were getting wages. One day, my aunt asked Mom why they couldn't find Jewish girls to help. Mom answered, because the hands of the Jewish girls grow from the rear. Nonetheless, one time, one of the hired girls' boyfriends wanted a ransom for their wig. There was a client who had ordered that wig, and Moshe was informed. Moshe got worried and called his rabbi, who told him that it was the Russian mafia and that they shouldn't meddle with them. Mom said, "Thank you for such a genius advice, but I think we should call the police." Mom was not scared of the police, as they had helped her find her child in Israel and with other issues. The boyfriend found out that the police would be involved, got spooked out, and returned the wig with a major apology and embarrassment. Finally, my aunt and Moshe looked at Mom with the utmost sense of vulnerability. The lady was fired, and since then, they hired only married women, because Mom believed that single women were not faithful at their job, just as she assumed they were not faithful to their parents. After solving that issue, the two felt like heroes. After some time, as the business started growing and Mom constantly was busy weaving those wigs, she got tired, went upstairs, put 2 chairs against each other, sat on the one, put her legs on the other, and enjoyed the rays of the sun warming her skin. Downstairs, my aunt was calling for her. Mom pretended that she didn't hear. Finally, my aunt didn't get too lazy, and she walked upstairs, seeing Mom tanning. My aunt complained that in the duration of her 7 years of living in the United States, she never screamed that loud, and there was no way in the world that Mom wouldn't hear her. Mom said, "Sister, I'm not your slave. I'd like to go outside, walk, and enjoy nature." My aunt persuaded Morsha to go outside. Morsha, Mom, my aunt, and little Dovie went to some park. Morsha was holding Dovie, my aunt lagging behind, and Mom was crawling behind. All of a sudden, she saw a man in a knitted kippah, a dome-like cover of the head to symbolize humility in front of God, jogging. And Mom decided to jog after him like a rolled-out yo-yo rolling back into the palm of its owner's hand. Mom treated his knitted kippah like an Israeli passport. Usually, in that society, men's kippahs are not knitted and their facial hair is fully grown. This man had a shaven face and a knitted kippah, which obviously meant that he was Israeli. As Mom ran in front of them, my aunt screamed into the distance, "Len, ты куда? Lena, where are you going?" Mom didn't answer, and my aunt only saw Mom 3 days after.